Let's have fun.
Yeah, let's have fun.
Let's have fun.
I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that statement.
You happy about that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Just not clap them. Not clap them. I know the temperature is a bit. Let's do some heat generation. Come on, I'm helping you, Pela. Ujesu art in fudumezi zandla kancane kanje. Ukuze nibe right. Sanibonani nonke. Welcome and greetings to all of you to this wonderful and beautiful launch that we have as we are getting started. Let's settle down. Remember, some cameras and other people are recording here, so let's avoid shooting right across the stage here. Try and use the sides. If you want ablutions and bathrooms, don't ask me. Just don't do it here. Find a place somewhere not very far from here. We're going to have fun. All our guests that must be addressing us are in the house, and I'm happy to be your driver for this morning. It's going to be a very intelligent and interesting conversation. So keep your ears open and your hearts open. Our first statement for this morning, as I welcome you all, we will do the pleasantries and introductions as we go along so that I don't bore you with lots of logistics. Say after me, our culture is our currency.
Our culture is our currency.
Like you believe it, like you believe it. Our culture is our currency.
Our culture is our currency.
Just remember that statement, because everything that we are doing while we are making money, we spend our money to buy other people's cultures. And who is buying our culture? So just keep that in the back of your head as we are introducing this beautiful concept of KUFA. What is this all about? So the first C there is culture. Chinese culture, Indian culture, black culture. While blacks are trying to be like whites, are whites trying to be like blacks. Welcome on, welcome all, and right here with us, that's my introduction and the prayer. I was supposed to ask a prayer, like a prayer. Like you want me to pray. And you know that my mind is moved away from Ikamalika Cheso story. You want me to pray my prayer or your kind of prayer or their kind of prayer? A cultural prayer. All right, shall we remain seated where you are? To the omnipotent one who makes us all present. To the spirits of the land and our ancestors who have brought us to where we are. To the life that we appreciate and the seasons that are changing. Or that may we be present and conscious as we live from day to day. The deliberations of this morning, can they be blessed? And that our interactions will bring us lots of joy and happiness. Let the meditation of our hearts and the plans of our intentions all mean welfare and goodness towards one another. Amun Ra. Ase. The gospel choir performance by Bishop Lou is the first item I have on my program here in the gospel team. Please put your hands together as we welcome Bishop Lou and the gospel team. We are going to keep on clapping our hands until they arrive so that we stay warm, you know.
Bless the Lord, somebody. Amen. We're blessed to be here, and we thank the Lord for this auspicious occasion. Amen. Can we just do one or two songs to lift up the name of Jesus? Amen. I believe if we start this thing right, God will be with us. It's a very simple song. It just says, "You are Alpha and Omega. We worship and Omega. We worship. You are worthy, you are worthy. Sing one more time. You are Alpha and Omega. You are and Omega. We worship you, Lord. You are worthy. Can we sing it one more time? You are the Alpha, Lord. You are and Omega. We worship you, Lord. You are worthy. Let's take it up. We give you all the glory. All the glory. We bow down and worship you. You are worthy to be praised. Lift your voice and say, we give you all the glory. All the glory. We worship. You are worthy. Let's take it down one more time. We give you all the glory. All the glory. We kneel down before you. You are worthy. Everybody just say, we give you all the glory. All the glory. We worship you. You are worthy. Praise. Then we'll just say, Gamatati Limatati. Oh Jehovah. Hallelujah. Ritebile Kamatati Limatati. Oh Jehovah. Hallelujah. Kamatati. Hallelujah, Jehovah, Jehovah, please, one more time. Come on, Lord, we praise you, Lord, trust us in you, Jehovah, please. One last time. Come on, oh, Jehovah, somebody give God praise.
Jehovah Ritepile Wena Jehovah Ritepile Wena. I didn't sing that for you. I sang that in memory of our honorable, what's his name? Nazim. Beautiful and brilliant young man, and I got to love and know him very well. I didn't know that you love me so much, Munzi. He even gave me a a welcome address by the MC. Can you believe that? I must give you a welcome address. You know, that's quite interesting, and I'll not waste your ears and speak lots of nothing. But let me welcome the government officials that are here. Put your hands together for the government officials that are here. Ah, la la la. Man, next time you are here, you also want a nice hand. Come on, give them a round of applause. Good. We also want to welcome the media houses that are represented here. So chalk and ice. We love each other with the media. We hate each other, but we are together. Limocho. We are together. Hands together for the media houses that are here in all your varieties. We also want to welcome the business communities and sports fraternities that are represented, and we are happy to have you also hand together for those committees there. And as we celebrating our culture here, I want to mention also a word called metamorphosis. You know, things grow, things change, things become. You know, countries don't change; it's people who change. Sihlala sibeva bathi mayibuye iAfrika. iAfrika ayikazihambe iAfrika ihlala la. Kushintsha abantu abaphezukweni kweAfrika. So we necessarily don't need a new Africa. We need new Africans. Is that okay? And I think as we are celebrating this KUFA, Bloemfontein has always been here. Africa has always been here. But we need a new adaptable vehicle that will take this cultural urban festival throughout Africa. And I'm happy to welcome all of you who have become participants and eyewitnesses to a huge movement that is going to flood our continent for the next millennia and beyond. We hope what we have started now will not end when we close our eyes, but it will be way with us after we are gone. I want to invite the KUFA Comedy Summary to step on stage with me. Welcome, Mama. And can I have a KUFA comedy to come closer to where I am as they are the next item? Yes. All right.
Dumelang le kae? Hansi. Can we have a KUFA comedy? That time ke mo. And tate maponga ke na summary. Yes, ke na summary e ngotsweng mo. Ke lebitso tate maponga no ha ba re summary. Ra re a qeta jwale. Yimi baba. Le kae batho ba mo Bloemfontein? Wa nka re le kwatila la alaja. Fa ke re ke tseba attitude ya batho ha ba soka ba ja ba fitla hore wa ba sa re tsholela ntse jwale. Le mara le sharp. Okay, ona le ba buang sekgowa ka mo. Eish, sekgowa ke sa ntate maponga. Na ba bang sekgowa sa re hlola se buima. Sekgowa bana ba sekgowa sena le beng ba sona. Once o ka iphumana o sa kgone ho argue ka sekgowa ngwane se tlohela. Se tlohele like bana ba tswang ko dikolong tsa maggoa le ba tswang ko dikolong tsa rona bo a re ahaneng bana ba ha ba tswana. Ha ba tswana ngwana o tswang ko dikolong tsa maggoa o kgona ho argue. I no daddy, I don't like that. Stop it. Ho tle bana ba rona ba ko a re ahaneng. Nkile wa isa ngwana wa hao a tshaketswe ke ngwana wa go di sabapong ba argue. Wa hao a argue fela ka moya. Ba re it's you ntse re but what happened this one. Guys, English is difficult. English is difficult. And sometimes it's nice to not know English because you survive. I feel like people who get easily fired at work are people who know English. Because now you must explain why you are not at work. So this, no, I took my dog to the veteran. So this, you are fired. But he say, ntate Khumalo, o sa tsebeng sekgowa, since a sebetsa femeng for 40 years. But Mr. Khumalo, why are you so late? Any sentence e qalang ka me, o tsebe ngwaneso. Ho thata mo. Mr. Khumalo, why are you so late? Me say I was coming to work, so I was coming with my train. So my train once it was coming, it's like it stood there. So the other one was there. So my train can't. You know what? Just go to work. Just go to work. Just go to work. Upon you and that kuma. So oh guys, English is difficult. Like English, the thing is, sometimes I envy those kids that, speak fluent English, because sometimes we don't get, English, we don't get, what do they call it? Remuneration. If you want an increase, go spanning, you must justify it. And those who know English can justify. Or I've been working here for the past 30 years. This is so appalling, to say the least. Would you please kindly increase my salary? But okay, loud and clear. I lift boxes here. And me every day to work, you see me. So my salary must. But my point is, I enjoy being here because culture, those of us who come from the townships, but today we are here with, Barakim protocol observed, lady minister, deputy minister. Who would have thought or someone like me today would be standing here with distinguished guests? Let's come fella pin. Pen 6 months. No kesa topa manzu. And when you know English, even go to family meeting, they take you serious. Because even our family members, they don't know English. So if you come with that one word, family meeting, you know what? This thing is stunting me. That is stunting. So welcome. 10 October. 10 October. This is the comedy festival for us, and I hope your families are coming as well. You invited everybody so that we can make this a success, like they said, culture. I think if we lose our culture, we lose our identity, we lose who we are as a people. So if you don't support such initiatives, then the economy, and I like this cultural festival because not as a Sotho-speaking comedian, I am benefiting from this. So please let us support this initiative, this movement. Let us grow this so that some of us get paid like now. To be honest, I'm here for the money. And I say cheltengata, kilabon. As cheltengata, bampile 200,000. Can't take in galo nalanjaja. Got this attitude. So I'm thankful because money is important. And as people, we need to love money. I hate this thing about it. Money is the root of all evil. There is no such. Ask me. Money is not the root of all evil. Poverty is the root of all evil. Wabona poverty. Nkile wa bola wa kitala. Wa bona motho a ja burger wa mshaba so. Wa what if uja nama ya motho. Ile ma demoni a. Mona. That's evil. Guys, when you go to a place where there's money, like look now, everyone here is laughing richly so. Ha 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 ha. Rich people, ha 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 ha. But because you have money, when you go to places where there's money, there's peace. Like when you visit your friend in the suburbs, even when you walk in, you feel peace. When you get there, the kids greet you. Oh, Uncle Summary is here. Hi. Bana ba lona ba ditlokotse okay ena fela kwena mang o tswa kae gish bishwa ba tsaba bana ba sna mmego gish nka di me phone ke tlale di game wena gogo gana le nna ha di tswane ntotse. My point is you need money in life. Money is nice. Before I had money, Buffett, how's the child over negative automatically? By default. When you are broke, automatically you become negative. You see someone driving a nice car, or at any given time, it can roll. It can roll. But how many chelete, or that's a nice car. I understand. So, program Haruna, as I welcome back on stage my co-host, Mr. Maponga.
I think he's good. He's good, yeah. Chief, you can give him a round of applause. Can you? Oh, thank you, thank you. Wow. Can I give you a new one? Next time going forward, before you start talking, you simply say, for every voice, there's an invoice. For every voice, there's an invoice. The same goes for me also. When you hear my voice, someone is paying, yeah? Beautiful, beautiful. And humor is nice. Laughter is good for the soul. And part of our culture, laughter is nice because you're able to laugh at yourself. And laughing at yourself does not mean you're stupid. It means you acknowledge, you are aware. Actually, it's a level of maturity when you can be able to look at yourself. And I love the symbolism there between the two homes. You know, they are makarati. It actually happened to me, actually. These kids, you can see the entertainment they're watching. Watch about Bruce Lee, Kaufela, and every visitor must be treated as such. And we want to be very grateful for this morning for one of our most distinguished guests who has come to grace this occasion. That is to welcome the National Minister, MEC, Sifuba, to come and address us. Is Fuba or Sifuba? Which one is better? The B is soft or it's hard? Sifuba or Sifuba? Sifuba. And remember, this is going to be an international African space. So I represent all those Vangare. Yeah, that's me, right from Zimbabwe, and we can't wait to take you up there. So in Zimbabwe, we call you Chifuba, which is Sifuba. And we want to welcome you, and please address us, and put your hands together for the Honorable MC.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Let me acknowledge the Deputy Minister from our National Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, the Deputy Minister from our National Department of Tourism. My job is to welcome and introduce the Deputy Minister. But before I do that, every platform I get, I think it's worth to always remind our people of the importance of this department. This is the department that holds the mandate of nation building and social cohesion in our society. Because if we do not strive towards that, then it means we'll just exist as a people. If we cannot strive to build a nation, then we'll just be a bunch of people living on this land. We hold that responsibility of promoting social cohesion. And maybe Program Director, just to say, I acknowledge you, Dede Ben, before you don't invite me next time, because I did not, I forgot. The department is not the Department of Sports, period. It is the Department of Sports, Arts, Culture, and Recreation. So anything that has to do with culture, arts and culture, we have the responsibility to support. Because as the department, our mandate is to make sure that the upcoming artists are supported. The upcoming artists get platform where they will be exposed to be able to showcase their talent and be able to identify somewhere so that they can be able to make a living out of their talent, because I believe that we cannot all be academics. Some of us can use what we have, what we are capable of doing, that has got nothing to do with academic qualifications. So as the province, as you shall have noticed, that during this time, there are many activities that are taking place. And maybe to make a disclaimer to say, as the department, we did not host KUFA this year. As I said it in the budget speech that we presented on the 20th of August. And that we are grateful that there are activities that are occupying that space, because the people of the Free State are used to having such activities. Our artists are looking forward to such activities. So KUFA is one of those great platforms where we are greatly supporting as the province. As you shall have seen, the statement of the Premier, where she said, the coming of these events to our province are very important for the economic spin-offs. They are very important for tourism as well. Hence, you are seeing the Deputy Minister for Tourism joining us, because whatever we do as the Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation overlaps and it is intertwined with what happens in tourism. The people that will be coming from all the provinces to the province of the Free State, they will not only going to attend those events that will be taking place, but they will also be able to form part of tourism. They will also bring money to the hospitality industry. They will also be able to bring money to those SMMEs. They are going to come with their cars and use the petrol stations that are here. So in a way, it indirectly, or rather directly, benefits the economic part of it more than it does any other thing. Without further ado, I would like to then welcome our Deputy Minister who comes from National, which is the office that has actively and made sure that they support this event, because they understood its importance. They understood that as a department, we need to make sure that we work hand in hand with anybody who seeks to promote our culture, who seeks to uplift our artists. At the end of the day, that is our mandate. So we must uphold it and we must support it. We must support everybody like we have done and like the Premier has said in the statement that she has issued. I am not going to speak long so that I don't take your words, Deputy Minister, as I welcome you to the podium. Thank you.
Le choka moreki banna. Le tla tlhoka funding man. MEC ba tla senya mokete. Dumelang, good morning, sanbonani, goeiemôre, abusheni. Thank you very much for the opportunity, ke a leboha MEC. O ka re le kwatile so? Le tswile? KUFA is happening. Ntate Mapanga, Program Director re a leboha, Ntate Ben, the organizer. Ntate Abuhali, a brave. Re a leboha for the love of the arts and culture, but mostly for the people of Free State, because it can only take love for one to fight for the sustainability of such a difficult event to take off and to sustain, because it requires a lot of money. Hore fela re dule so. So, Shapela Ntate Ben matsogo. MEC Sifuba, thank you very much. Irrespective of the challenges, you made it, and we are very grateful that you have agreed to co-partner with national government and to support this event. Thank you very much. Going forward, I'm definitely sure that we'll do better. Motlatsa mo Minister Mesojo, my colleague, thank you very much. Ke modudi wa mona as well. Re a o amohela. Thank you very much. Re a leboha. Distinguished guests, le amohetswe kaofela batho ba media baruti ba leng teng mona. Thank you very much. I think to a large extent the MEC has covered the importance of such events in terms of the economic spin. Festivals contribute to the community development and social cohesion by fostering community pride, creating a sense of community, and improving social relations. A practical example, Liboni Samari, I'm sure he's a local comedian, but utabile because this is coming to his province and utlotola a stake. And we will 200,000. Yeah, utabile 200,000 ki kotara ya milioni batho. Chelete serious. So it means we gave the pastor an opportunity to come and sing, and I'm sure it was also not for free. The program director also atla mahala, even though he will not disclose hore ke bokae, mara ha atla mahala. Now, what is interesting and unique about the KUFA is that one, their logo says, not their logo, their slogan says, "We are one." So we are one, represent a united Africa. And the program director, Thoma Mona, is a very important question. Who is buying our culture? And again, our culture is our currency. Do you understand how powerful that is? Culture is currency, culture is money. If you know cities like New York, they are built on culture. They sustain the economy on culture. So if we can understand the importance of supporting cultural events, Rona first, as people, you know, as South Africans, or here, summary analyze something somewhere. We just go, cha 50 rand, we go there and we pay, we give 50 rands and then we have lunch there. It means it's the only way that we can revive our economy. So who is buying your culture? First, you must believe that your culture ya rekeha. Then that's when others can buy into your culture. So that mapanga raruteha every day. I'm educated. And I think his slogan, everywhere I go. I'm going back to say we are one. We are one. Africans, we are one Africa. KUFA has footprints in Botswana, in Nigeria, in Ghana, and Zambia. So it is not just a Free State program, but it's an international program. So it means when KUFA takes place, there's going to be money from OR Tambo to Bloemfontein. You see how powerful the circle of money is. Money, it will start up from OR Tambo to Bloemfontein. So it means everywhere where these people, international guests will be coming from, money is going to be spent. So that is very, very, very powerful. It also doesn't promote music, but Kenya sports, comedy, sports and comedy. So it's quite very unique. Not oftenly where you find sports, culture, and sports and culture. They're supposed to coexist, but it becomes very difficult, you know, to host such events. So it's also a brilliant idea because then it means supporters will come, those who are there for sports, those who want comedy, and those who are there for music. That on its own promotes what we call social cohesion because we'll have people coming from different areas and different interests, but coming together. And we know that one of our pillars as government is to promote nation building and social cohesion for us to unite South Africans. So we said as the national government that this is an opportunity that cannot be lost, because we know that through KUFA, we used to know as South Africans, it's an annual event, but because of challenges, others related to COVID, KUFA failed. Now we felt when we were approached with the Minister Mackenzie that Minister, it's an opportunity that cannot be missed. Everything happens in Gauteng. If it's not Gauteng, it's KZN or Cape Town. So we said the people of Bloemfontein, this was their annual event. Let us assist them so that we resuscitate where KUFA left. And because the private sector is more knowledgeable in terms of executing such programs, this is not a core function of government. So private sector is more knowledgeable. They know where the right people are, the right messages, and how to also make it more vibrant. It's them who can do it better. Then we felt, no. With the little that is there, let's try, resuscitate. Why we did that is because we know over years, a lot of people invested on KUFA, again, because it was an annual event. So if I bought land and I've built a hotel like this, I knew it for at least through KUFA a week, I'll make a breakthrough. I'll make a breakthrough, yeah, profit yaga for my annual profit. So if a program that is an annual program and it does not happen, what does that mean? It means we all lose. We all lose. Again, those who have BNBs will tell you, Babile ba improve the previous years, hoping that 2023, 2024 it will happen. If it did not happen, then it means you've run at a loss, because there's a period where you knew that all venues will be fully booked. Like now, I'm told that 90% of Bloemfontein is fully booked. So it's an event that brings serious economic spin-offs. And definitely, we don't want to see this festival really challenged going forward. We want to work hard to sustain it. We'll sustain it for as long as they need help from government. But as time goes on, there are programs like this one where we will then have to develop a policy to say we can only give you so much for a certain period of time. But going forward, we want to now to start fly on your own. You understand me? So that there's a second and third category. The second category is those who are trying, you don't understand. Even those ones, we want to inject money so that they then come to this level of KUFA. Libona, with time, they must be able to fly on their own. And there are those, you know, you give them money, last minute the event is cancelled. So we also want to focus there and give direction and support so that they all come to the level whereby in future, nobody asks money from government. Nobody would want support from government. Well, ideally, that is how it's supposed to be. But if we plan and we are able to hold one another accountable, we'll definitely get there. So today is not the day of speeches. We are here to launch and to say to South Africans and Africans that KUFA is happening next week. If you haven't bought tickets, they're still available. You can buy online. And then let's come and bring the happiness that used to be there in Bloemfontein. We want to come here and enjoy. And then personally, I'll be here to support the sports, especially the spinning, because Minister Mackenzie will be busy his kusheshe. So if possible, I want to occupy the passenger seat, good weather drive. Ya Kusheshe, ya Mackenzie. I'm told he's polishing his red Kusheshe, so utlo spina. So I'm here for two things, comedy, summary entices. So I'm here for two things in particular, comedy and the spinning. So I just want to say also, we want to thank you, KUFA, for also promoting women as well. And we wish you well. Thank you very much.
All right, I hope we're doing well. Put your hands together for the wonderful, wonderful Gusheshe passenger there. And I think I've seen another one, they were spinning and the passenger flew out of the car, you know. So just make sure you have your seatbelt on, yeah?
Those cars don't have seatbelts.
Oh, even worse, man. ujesu athi ningagibeli amagushesha angenamaphanti ngoba amadimoni azonikhipha ngamafastela niwe ke. Thank you very much. The next word we are looking at after the C for culture is urban. Urban, which is a U. That speaks to the modernity of our civilization that moved us away from central, cyclical kind of accommodation into square houses. That has resulted with us living in linear mindsets rather than in Afrocentric mindsets. So we need to know, even while we are sitting here, that our building is colonized. The very building we are sitting on is colonized. The symmetry that we see around our building right here puts us into square thinking rather than the traditional indumba yakakoko, which gives you the cosmic cycles of life. And as we are celebrating this culture, we are taking our culture into urban. And I hope you hear what that means. It means that in as much as we are in square buildings, let's maintain our cosmical, cyclical kind of thinking, which is communal based. What we are lacking in our urban areas right now is community. We are in urban areas, but we don't even know our neighbors. You'd rather know the sound of the dog, of the bark of their dog, than the neighbor themselves. So, but once in a while, I've seen it in urban areas where when there's a funeral, then baya kumakhelwane sicela ukupaka imoto, sicela ukufaka parking. You know those emayadini esamari uyawazi amayadi lapha. So kuyocela ukufaka parking. Sikwenye funeral abuye ugogo omlungu. Sibefake imoto zabo etshanini bukagogo bangamtshelanga ugogo hori batla kenya dikoloi tsa bona mo. Why interrupt item number 13? We grew up together at a funeral because she was coming to announce, please remove these damn cars away from me, from my lawn. And I think in the midst of our urban culture, in the midst of our culture, in the midst of our etiquette, forks and knives, Caduceus, Hermes, and YSLs, and Chanels, in the midst of this opulence. Oh, yeah. Do I look too traditional that you think that they are equivalent? Or I'm in the caves, but I lived in the cities for the greatest time, and I'm academically circumcised. I can carry my word. But in the midst of our opulence and our softer life, we are bringing our culture into our urban areas. And I think this goes for you, my honorable Deputy Minister. We don't want just to be hearing about culture on radio and on TV. We want to practically see it being practiced. I appreciate Tate Gate and Mackenzie bringing the spinning of cars, because that's his culture, from where he's coming from as a colored young man. Yes, yes, he's right. He's bringing a little bit of what we from the other side don't know. My father would kill you for that. But we're looking for a holistic way as to how can we as South Africans, how can we as Africans actually make our community centers cultural centers where we celebrate the very culture itself. It includes you, Honorable Minister, talking to the Department of Agriculture and remove all those jacarandas and syringa trees that are in town in Johannesburg and other cities. We now know the mischief of the white people of planting non-fruit-bearing trees in all our cities. And then we water them. And people use municipality money to water trees that give us no food. So how about if we can just start a project of making our cities fruit-bearing so that our culture cannot be celebrated on hungry stomachs? Statement number 3, a hungry stomach knows no politics. Yeah? A hungry knows no, yes, a hungry stomach knows no politics. And I just want to spare a moment. You almost stole my thunder. I wanted to just take a moment and Ntate Monsi should stand at least. Come on, stand up. Let's put our hands together for this gentleman here. I appreciate him very much. It takes. Can I speak in the real language? It takes that cloudy thing. If you know, you know. If you don't know, forget about it. You won't know. It takes that. Let's show him. Let's show him some cloudy. Let's all show him some cloudy, you know. And we suggest they must be made out of steel, yeah? Because there will be lots of kicking and lots of fighting. But Ntate, you saw the support from the group here. We are all wishing you strong, steel, dolomite. Yeah, I can't mention it for religious reasons, yeah. But thank you very much. See, you can take your seat. And I would like to invite the Honorable Deputy Minister of Tourism, Miss Maggie Stowe, to come and take us through this whole concept of unlocking tourism. And while we are unlocking tourism, Honorable Minister, I want you to apply your mind to this idea of not thinking of tourism as a Eurocentric, Asianic tourism where visitors are coming to enjoy our privilege. Apply your mind also to what we call cultural and spiritual tourism, which speaks to us as Africans visiting sacred spaces. How do we preserve those spaces? And how can we as Africans actually access our rivers and our mountains so that our spirituality can become active? I thank you.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Really nagging guesswork, ki dumedise everyone in the house, and thank you very much for the invitation, Ntate Ben. MEC, my MEC, Kialebo, ka invitation. My colleague, Memabe, I know I've been there. I was once a Deputy Minister of Arts and Culture. It's a very interesting ministry, I must say. But it did not have sports with it previously. Sports was only included after the 2019 elections. Hey, you know, Program Director, you gave me a very difficult task when you spoke about the areas. Although I wasn't prepared to come and address you today, I thought of observer and then support you, and also as a department that also support such programs. Maybe what Lefapha la tourism, lilona le di funda di activities tse tshwanang le tsena. Ntate Ben called me about 3 weeks ago, if not a month ago, telling me about this kind of an event, and also indicating to me that they would like us to assist him. But unfortunately, ka hobaneng e ne le hona re ne re kena lefapheng re ithuta, and also the element that is dealing with such functions had a new CEO, ke ha e le gore le yena o sa le lefifing hanyane, but I committed to you that going forward we are going to support you ka di event tse tshwanang le tsena. But for now, let me indicate hore as tourism, we have a role that we are playing in all the activities like this one. Ntho ya pele, MEC and also the program director spoke about visitors from outside South Africa, visitors from other provinces to the province of Free State. Our responsibility is to make sure the kind of food tse lefang batho bana ke dijo tse hantle. Number 3, the B&Bs or the guest house where these people are being accommodated, they are up to standard. But at the same time, if it happens that my colleague was talking here, some of these SMMEs, kapa tsona di small business, ke batho ba qalang hona jalo, e mong a tsamaya a lo fana ka ntlo ya hae gore a e sebedise for this kind of an event. We do assist you when it comes to some sort of a grant. Ra o fa tšhelete gore o lokisetse maemo a jwalo. And also the B&Bs, what I have discovered ke hore when I started in the department, there is a lot of funding that is given to small business. But ke tla bua ka hona ke a o bona gore you are a person who likes talking about us with other colors. And I discovered that most of the grants, di a batho ba semala ngwana wa lona, because of lack of communication. That's one area that I discovered. But ba rona ha ba tsebe gore ke eng e fumanehang in order for us then to grow the economy in different provinces. Because as I'm standing here, I come from Limpopo, I come from Mpumalanga. Just giving information to the small business. Re bona gore ditšhelete tsena ha di fitlhelle batho kaofela, but di teng. If we want to have an event, a re bua ka di bitsa gastronomic, the one that has to do with different kind of foods, you understand? That fund is there. But batho ba rona ha ba tsebe gore ha ba batla gore ha o na le this kind of event, o bore ba ba batlang go tla go demonstrate kapa go tla go rekisa dijo tsa setso, traditional food, bo mmusho, bo ditlhogo, bo di eng, we do assist you in funding that. But really make sure fela gore dijo tseo di maemong a dumelehang, that is the healthy foods and everything. So there is everything that is being done in the department for the small business. But unfortunately, I want to repeat it again, colleague, people don't have that knowledge. Even the one that you've spoken about, I used to deal with it when I was in the Department of Environmental Affairs. When you spoke about rivers, more nere Mapungujo, let me make an example about Mapungujo. That is between South Africa and what country is that again? Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe, yes, yeah. You like Zimbabwe, but there are some other countries also that there were some indigenous people. Ba kgonang gore ba tsamaye ka maoto, ba tshele border, ba tle ba tloga meriana, the plants, certain plants, understand? Those plants, they belong to our government in a way that they belong to the Department of Environmental Affairs. But it's our responsibility to make sure that we safeguard them. Even now, the tourists from other provinces, we must look after their safety as the Department of Tourism. And that number of people that we are bringing here, they count in your favor when it comes to my department. Because after this activity, would like to know how many people did you have from outside the Free State. Then it will be a contributor to our domestic travel. So that domestic travel, we want a bigger number because we suffered a lot in 2020 to 2021 because people could not travel from Eastern Cape to Free State, from Free State to Gauteng. Then people suffered. Small business had to close because of that. Now, Since you have started now afresh with this kind of an activity, each and every guest house, each and every hotel, we do have our people that gets those numbers to us, so that tomorrow when you come to us, or an activity, we are benefiting as government. Ntwapili, these B&Bs, di hira batho ho sebetsa moo. It's job creation. Unka batho ba di koloinyana tsa bona tse di smartinyana ho thuta batho ba hao ba hlahang kontle from a certain venue to a certain venue, then it counts with us as a department. So whatever that you are doing here, although you think that you invited me as your sister, but I'm on duty by being here of promoting you. My job is to market you, is to market everyone, to make sure that batjha ba rona ba fumana mesebetsi ka hara province le ka hara naha. I thank you very much.
Ko parba shapele matso hape. Deputy Minister Ntate Maponga o tswa Zimbabwe. Eseng re wa irata o tswa teng. O tswa ko Zim. Ke ba le ba bua se Zulu sela. Se esa. Xa sentsho le ndoda isihambe. Sengimtholi. Usokhanje sekehleka. Ke batla sheba di notes ke matsatsi a ke setse ke ngola di notes ko fatshe. After bam patala ke le ka change perspective. After bam patala fa ke le change setse ke ngola di notes. Finzo o teng mo. O shapo ifi ko ba sabeleng DJ Finzo matso. O teng ka jone a le mmone Finzo e tamo. Ko ba le mkuke ga tamo le mmone. Iskim saka Finzo. Ntate Maponga o mentioned something important, especially ya hore ndaba sekgowa sa Ntate Maponga is difficult. We need to shift away from eccentric to we say eng ke Ntate Maponga in short ba sa utlwang ba tshwana le nna circle, you know, cosmical circle, sorry come. Ntate Maponga ba tla re lo dula ka mahaheng. Simple. Ba tla re ka mo mahaheng re pheng ka mo di rontaboleng. And o khalemetse ntwe ya hore Mr. Mackenzie, when he comes, he comes with his culture to spin. So rona tshwantse re lo spin Ntate Moseme dipere jalo. Dipere dilo do matha Mazulu kama beshu so that re khono ba mara like I think Mazulu mo any Zulus le ya di heleng mara Mazulu why vele so mara sometimes ke feel ngare modimo mamameli Mazulu man Mazulu ha rapela man barapela ka lang understand ka barapela ka like modimo o mamela Batswana Basotho Bapedi lang understand because ha ba rapela ba iketla like o kila utla Mosotho a rapela a re kwa le matlo bana beso Jeho intro fela Ramasedi konyana e lokileng tau e kgolo ya leloko la Juda re ikatametsa ho we le modimo wa blashanya ke ngwana ka Muzulu ha kena fela yo ukuthula bandleni sathandaza manje wena ngadla sibakade ngadla modimo ke ngadla re enjoy sense enjoy deep. You know, funny enough, last week they invited me to the graduations. Yeah, no. Abana how can I the Ngunis? You must know. Now we must explain to our fellow white friends what is happening. Because how fit Mutswana, bare khanya khokhwitione. Jup wa fit, don't understand? How fit Mosotho? Hey, ke mokwena, shoop. Oh, no, the graduation di fela ka 12 bosiu. Ka baka la lona. Maxhosa. Le Mazulu. Ke bona ba senya nako. Cause I want to fit mole. Asanda janjis out of nowhere. Ubukhuzu ngumntanami lo ndambeletha ha ndenzentoni ndinganibetha nonke apha anindazi ge bathu re kopa ya hae hle ubone magwa markets what is happening le rena re tsebe what is he saying he says khubs uru markets mzulu apha ngumntungu wami bazi ngafa and lona mazulu engwe etlo tsa gore modimo le shape ke yona eo ke yona bona yona eo cause rona as I get to re bua ka culture the culture di tswana understand sometimes modimo ha lutlu lona because you know the songs that we listen to rona batho ba bang ba sharp that's why sometimes modimo a rutlu sometimes rona ba Sotho other non-Gunis, when we listen to songs, God listens to our songs. Because Kitty Peanuts are sharp. Bojoko ya ibu. Understand? Nininka Sunday, the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you sing. Understand? Yo. Ereba fihle bomntungwa. Bokhuma ukena fela ka taxi ndundundundundundu hangbasabi bonke ngabatubula ntate ubluza ka pina eo ingshama ifika la ngabatubula one by one ngibashaye bonke ngesipam guys pina asipina ubluza yo asipina ubluza la resource and then by the way kilonya la giani I'm going to marry a Tsonga woman. Because I feel like, ba sharp man, they, reasonable, understanding, like a Tsonga woman. More Bloemfontein can kasinya I can't. Never, and never again shall it be. But a human race. Not personally because I feel like these other tribesmen, they understand. Hanganyala mo hae mo tshwantse ke mise ko Cufa ke mo bookele di hotel re ebo kae I can't do that re nyalla motsonga ka anniversary ya rona 10th anniversary ka mara kala ditamati ka di tshwara so ra ni boni so khome ka ditamati se ntati greater no kontlela spu bar nahanela as men we go through the most. Women, you don't understand. Sometimes I know there's a battle between men and women, blah, 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 blah. As men, we go through the most. Because nobody wants to listen to us. That's why, personally, I'm not going to get married. Yeah, not because marriage is bad. Because of the vows. I can't. Those vows, for me, till death. Till death, guys. Like, till death. Till death. Only the worst one key. Through thick and thin. Then there's the last one. I'll protect you. Yeah, that one. I'll protect you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think, like, I'm not a man, like, I'm a man, but not man, like, I can understand? Like, in daughter, I can daughter, like, na ke mun in daughter ake like ke mun naman in passing ake mun na ya ti like in daughter le ai nan daughter I refuse never guys din daughter dia sho bona in daughter dia sho o sabe ba rona din daughter in daughter ai mun nna the thing is women I'll protect you. Besides, right now you guys are saying 50-50. I get a little busy with women empowerment. Yeah, so now I'm that man. Wow, 50-50. Nagi munole, at 12 o'clock we see how la good cow demand. Baby, how's I check out? I get one of them Bogoto 1956, August 9, Union Building, where now. Iya itswa. It's all check out tsalanka. Ha ke re mosadi wena. O so ra thipa ka bohaleng etswa. Na guys ha ke etswe. Nna ke etswe. Na ke indoda kumele sithezele umndeni wayo. Nna sithezela. Lwena sithezela. Akurona umfazi imbokodo wena. Na ke etswe. Ka thuka o tla dithunya. Ba thunya. Ke le hula so. Baby, you've got this. I believe in you. Women empowerment, it's your time to shine. Diva is a female version of a hustler. Go out there and conquer, my love. Nah, guys, man, let me tell you something. Nah, you can judge me. Nah, protect me. And this thing, you know why? I'll protect you. It is too much of a statement to handle for me. Too much. It's heavy. Right now, personally, I can't swim to save my life. You know, as black people, 90% of us here can't swim. Unless if you come from war school or if you come from a nursery. If also a crèche, how can you swim? I can't swim. So if my wife, or should my wife fall into the swimming pool, the least I could do. Okay, now when? Okay, because this is how black people swim. Already ki fades. Last but not least, to show na I'm not a man. Should a pit bull come, one thing I know for sure, there's gonna be one survivor. And a survivor you guess ahead. Because hanga buona le little raki monna ke jwang ke snacks. Survivor na. Okay, what am I gonna do? Na as a man, hold a pit bull. Matso a kya uja bega, nothing else. Lula na rebo Samson. Go so. How you uja? I go mosadi wena. Mosadi side, you mosadi wena. It's about time women rule the world. I get le or for thousands of years, men have been ruling this world. Now it's time for women to take up space and cement ourselves. Kia pit bull is a mental. Samentala. It's your turn, women. It's your turn. You can't pick and choose. Or no, we need to empower women. Empower yourself everywhere. Now, if someone comes and slap my woman, kill la lien. Or chapelle. Nike toxic. Nah, yo. And that's why I survive. It's because I'm conscious. I'm aware, like Mr. Maponga says. I'm aware. I'm in the cosmics. I'm not in the Eurocentric buildings. I walk miles barefoot. It's called grounding. Because I get to sound deep. Because the ground has the energy that translates to your veins, because we from the ground up, because when it comes through your brains, it connects, because the cosmic the thing is, before I leave, it's good to have knowledge. You know, sometimes I admire people like Mr. Mapong. Knowledge, it's deep. And like sometimes I wish just to have just 5%. 5%. And you know for what? Just for brag, or even for my wife in future. Where were you from? You know, this time of the month, the cosmic calls me. And I had to go underground because the caves have the voice with which our gods and our ancestors, they traversed this situation. Okay, baby, it's fine. I forgive you. Yes, my love. My name is Samari. Thank you.
You know, sometimes you don't know that you are that bad until you hear someone Kitla kufumana summary, kitla kufumana summary, the cosmic. Did that sound like that? But just while we're having fun and enjoying ourselves, and inviting to the front and a group that will be no, we're not yet there. Ntate Mseme now, who must address us. Are they going to sing first? Yeah. I want, while they're walking in, I want just to clarify something, just in passing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying we must go back and live in the caves. And I'm not saying, Honorable Minister, that we must be eating hooves and mukhodu. And we say that is African food. Because even before colonization came, we did not go about cutting the hooves of cows and throwing away the liver and the steak. So I'm saying let's go to the past, harvest some knowledge from there, and make our knowledge adaptable in the now, so that while we are going forward, we don't lose the architecture of the past. I would want to see a new city bigger than Bloemfontein, designed in circles using the technology of the past. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. So, but thank you very much for making the mockery out of me. It felt very good. And I didn't get the name, the name of the group. Kibo Tsabelo Sunrise. Put your hands together for Tsabelo Sunrise.
Sholoza, Kubegunava, Stimelas, Stingrays of Africa. So near Yabaleka, Kubeguntava, Stimelas, Stimes of Africa. I've got mixed feelings this morning. I think my presentation has already been covered. But before I get into my message, I'd like to quote two quotes. One is from Brayu Masikela, the late Brayu, and the second one is from Yusondo. Brayu's quote reads thus: "I've got to where I am in life not because of something I brought to the world, but through something I found, the wealth of African culture." I go to Yusondo. Music in Africa often contains messages. Music in Senegal and Africa is never music for music's sake. It's always a vehicle for social connections, discussions, and ideas. Let me welcome everyone, and in particular, the people of Mangaung and the Free State at large. I welcome the deputy ministers, and I want to thank the ministry at large, the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Republic of South Africa. When we presented and wrote letters and had discussions with them, they understood and delivered on the mandate that the people have mandated them on. It's slightly a sad moment to be standing here, battling and fighting for what is ours. It is not a good position or a platform to be presenting and writing letters and doing presentations and having sleepless nights, trying to activate or execute something for the betterment of our people. And you get a leadership that does not even recognize receipt of a document or a letter, and to date you are launching in the backyard of similar leaders, and you still don't have a response. You need to keep a strong face and go with the flow. That's where you develop. Because you realize that African men, you are all by yourself. We will pull through. MEC, I thank you for being here, and I'm going to request that I get an answer so that we know where we are going. I'm requesting via you as the executive member. We wrote to the Premier's office, we wrote to your office, we did presentations. We need an answer. I'm talking to you as a member of the Provincial Executive Legislature, which is the top structure in our sphere, to also pass the same message to the mayor. When we started the concept, we presented to him, we presented to the city manager, we presented to the EMT. We still don't have an answer. We are fighting for a poster on a street pole to invite and to ignite the economy of Mangaung. But that is not my speech. It's not even 1% of my speech. It's just that certain things developed in the process of this program. My family has been pushing me since 2022 and most of you will know as key stockholders in the industry that we wanted to do a private initiated festival under Soulful Sounds. A lot happened. We lost a lot in 2022. We still haven't recovered to date. In 2021, as the minister has, the deputy minister has said, from the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Mepis Mabe, the business model is based on having an event, a big event in October. We initiated KUFA Cup in 2003. Last year was supposed to be the 20-year celebration of KUFA Cup. We've been dealing with issues than contributing with the wealth of knowledge, the gift of talent that God has blessed us with, to ensure that Second Avenue is busy, to ensure that Moshwasha Road is busy, to ensure that hotels are fully booked, to ensure that we have a soccer team in the province, to ensure that the Free State Stadium is full, the Toyota Stadium, to ensure that filling stations and all sectors of different directly and indirectly related industries into the entertainment space and eventing are benefiting economically. And when we go, the problem that I have picked up is when the minister walks into cabinet, he is not aware that he is working with us, or he is working in that building for us. I've picked up a trend that it becomes a self-appointed position. It's not about representing the interest of the nation. You can take it down to the councillors or the MMCs. It's important that we work together, we talk one language, and we deliver to the people. Crime is high because of poverty. Crime is high because of unemployment rate. What do we do to create jobs? What do we do to keep our children away from the streets? Those ball boys on the 13th of October, they are all looking forward to that day, to be in the Toyota Stadium, to be around a 40,000 capacity stadium. It means a lot for them. I was talking to some of the officials and some of the entrepreneurs that are in the building to say, where are those ball boys? Why were they not brought in here to come and see how we launch? Those are the future event organizers, future promoters, future soccer club owners, future stars. We've got Papa Wawa here. This man I met at the old Kotari, I don't know what it's called now, Ambrose, after the Kaiser Chiefs Marumo Gallants game. And I gave him a deal because we need those people from Johannesburg who are chief supporters, who are soccer-loving people to come and be in Bloemfontein to spend their money here so that we activate our economy. The KUFA concept came through 3 years of tough challenges. And I want to declare categorically that we followed all the procedures, all the processes. We wrote to the provincial government. We requested to do KUFA privately, like we owned KUFA Cup privately, and we executed it seamlessly for the past 19 years, being the closing finale event of KUFA program. It is not about the tender, it is about the passion that we have, the anointment that we have as a team that employs hundreds of people, that activates thousands of families during a period like this. So there was no way, after the Free State Provincial Government denied us as a business, as a stakeholder, when they denied us not to use the logo of KUFA, to think, because we've been blessed with creativity, to come with KUFA and position it beyond the borders of South Africa. We are going into Africa. We are one. This brings me into the presentation of the KUFA Festival. The word KUFA, which is popular today, was started by Mr. Mondewalas. There he is sitting. He can stand up. Let's give him a round of applause. So, Mr. Walaza was my boss at British American Tobacco in 1997 when I arrived in Bloemfontein. He gave me a job on the spot, 12 midnight at Manhattan's, because I was helping my friend Edgar Leshow, the late, to implement or activate a promotion, giving out cigarettes and pamphlets and T-shirts. When we got to the office the next morning, he said, "KUFA Ntate." And KUFA meant do it. It meant think out of the box. It meant be creative. It meant just kick ASS. It meant go for it. Don't waste time. It was a lingo at that time that Mr. Walaza was saying. I don't know what created that, how it came about. Then we put KUFA under Soulful Sounds as a payoff line, as a slogan, KUFA. In one of the presentations in my boardroom, my daughter came to me and said, "But Daddy, KUFA is Cultural Urban Festival. Wena o sotla bona wetsanga A, na ke tsebe A yo, itlo mina A." I said, "No, re qetile ka A, it's Africa." I then called my graphic designer and said, "I need a map of Africa, the word KUFA, this is what it means. The first is to showcase that it's a festival," and we deliberated with my son over the phone, being at AFDA, me being in Bloemfontein, he's in Observatory. What do we do with We Are One? And I said, write me a document around the 4 pillars. He changed the names, he changed KUFA, cultural, urban, what? He came with a whole lot of things. Around 1 a.m., we had the first design done. The next day, we fine-tuned it and refined it with the creative director. The next week, we had a logo. Why? Because my province did not want to allow us to use KUFA. It belongs to the people of the Free State. It belongs to us. So we are going to position and unpack KUFA on 4 pillars of the brand, which is culture, which is celebrating women, which is our heritage, and lastly, the sport element. Whether it's music, it's comedy, it's food, it's beverages, it's the crafts, it's the art, we are going to Africa. We are going to demonstrate who we are. Siwelele Samarumo will be there. Whether it will be 7 supporters, they will be there to make the noise. Whether it's Marumo Gallant, it's Kaizer Chiefs, it's Mamelodi Sundowns, it's Orlando Pirates. All these teams we have already presented to. We have been talking to Vodacom, we've been talking to the departments. We are going, Maggie. You don't know, I haven't told you. Me and Tate Sandile, we are going to Nigeria and Ghana on the 20th of October. We've been invited by the SA Tourism. There is a program of exchange program on African products that we will be meeting your key stakeholders, your counterparts that side. And I presented to the Deputy Minister, Memabe, as well. And she said she wants to know about that and she wants to join that program. So that program is officially under your department in the agency SA Tourism. We're busy with the visas now. We've booked the flights. We are going to Ghana and Nigeria. It's a trade mission in simple terms. We will talk to the MTNs, we will talk to the Vodacoms, we will talk to the Standard Banks. They've got Stanley that side. We'll talk to food and beverage brands, your Nando's, your Spares, your Chicken Lickens. We'll make sure that we go, and we'll make sure that we carry all of us when we go there in our specialized spaces. Dr. Joshua Maponga is already planting a seed in Zimbabwe. It's just here. It's just cross-border permits. 7 super links of South Africans will be putting a stage, tent, everything. So this festival, it's not about Bloemfontein. It's not about South Africa. It's about Africa. We have opened a nerve into the continent. And when we come back next year, journalists like to ask a question, what is the difference? So the difference is, we have already made a decision last night as the executive team of KUFA Festival that next year, the date is the 2nd to the 12th of October. That is the difference. We can make a decision and implement. So we know where we're going. When we talk to sponsors, we are giving them the 2024 report, and we're already saying we are taking the space next year. So the date for KUFA Festival South Africa in Bloemfontein next year is the 2nd to the 12th of October. That is what we call institutional memory. We've worked on these things for years. We know what is happening. We know which indicators to look at. So the festival is going into Africa. We need the support of everyone around and your key stakeholders. We are moving, and we want to make sure that we make impact and we become one, because we are one. We had to move the arts and craft market because to date we don't have an approval to use the land that belongs to us. And our leaders are not making a decision on it. That is a very important program for the crafters to come and exhibit their spaces. But for every door that is locked, you become creative. The other one, God will open another one. We are taking the arts and craft market to the venues. It will move to All Grace. There will be 10,000 people over 2 days. It will move to Rose Garden. There will be between 15 and 20,000 people over 2 days. So it becomes even more economical, and it makes more business sense for those crafters. And it becomes economical from an execution point of view, because we are in one venue. We don't become stretched. The HOD gave us the letter. We're waiting for approval from Treasury. We are not going to get that approval. Today we are launching. So we rather plug it in where the VOC has already approved the programs. The arts and craft will then continue from the 10th, start on the 10th until Saturday. And those that can get into the stadium, we will also accommodate. That is the first program of the festival, because it's the most important program. The SMMEs, the hawkers, the mamas, the process is ongoing. They will be selling at all the places, all the festivals. Tomorrow we've got Standard Bank supporting us, bringing 2 economists into News Cafe to empower business women, the black female, the white female, with information and knowledge around the interest rates, inflation, which industries to invest in, which sectors are performing well globally and in the continent, zooming into the Free State. That is information that is very, very important. It is not a money-making event. It's an activation event. Ticket is 200 for 120 people. Last night we paid 22,000 for the breakfast for everybody to have a breakfast. So you're not making money. You are empowering women that are interested, that are in business, to understand what is interest rate, what is inflation, which economic sectors are performing. Must I go into agriculture? Must I go into tourism? Must I go into manufacturing, mining, etc.? On Thursday, the 10th, is the comedy. That is Samaru Sankile 200. He already took 200K. Harasoye guy. The LEDs, the marquees, you need to beautify the place. You need to come up with creative ways, the VIP, the decking, the lights, security. You know, security company for the KUFA Cup, for the stadium, we're talking between 400 and 500 Bontate Baron. That is their income for the week. Because he's a security guard, there is no event. Now all of a sudden here is one event. So it's important that we make success of these events. So after the comedy, and what we are proud of on the lineup of the comedy, it's becoming like gospel. We get into a point whereby it will be 100% Free State. In the summary, I'm not okay. Fender copies. I'm not guy. What's your kata so look on? Bo Frankfurt mo. Oh, ki Chris Mapani kamona. So Renale Chris Mapani from Free State, Renale David Kau from Kronstadt, to Memorake from Tabanj, Diego Khau from Tabong, welcome. Sputnik from Bloom, Makubedu from Bloom, DJ Shakes from Bloom, Rebata Ing Habab. Those people have got a salary for the month. On Friday, we're going to Women to Women. It's a show that has been there for 6-7 years. It sells out very quickly. Get your tickets, Ticket Pro, CompuTicket, ShopRite Checkers, Spa, filling stations, garages, BP and Shell. You've got Malay. I was on newsroom with Malay and David Kawu last Saturday. You've got Miss T Nation. She just walked out. You've got DJ Tsekho. Ndate Shala, her father, came and presented to us. Obviously, you need to bring Johannesburg earlier into Bloemfontein. You need to bring KZN. You need to bring Western Cape, Kimberley. We cannot assume a person from Kimberley will take a short left. We need to activate that short left to happen for Cubana to have a table full. You go to Florida during Durban, July. All those restaurants are booming. There is spillages of events. But you need one core event that is the mother of all, that is holding the system. This is your core. If you don't have a core, none of these Conkas and Polars are going to survive. You need a holding brand. And that's what we went to university for. That's what we went for SAB, for British American Tobacco. That's what we've been doing for the Free State Province. To advise and to give our intellectual or intellect into the program and make it work. And it has never failed. Even 2022, under legal battles, investigations, etc., humiliation, it still survived. So Friday, we've got Zonke, we've got Lira, we've got Malay, we've got Kelly Kumalo, DJ Zinhle, Lamiz. I've mentioned the others. Huge risk back to back. Again, get tourists early into the city. If you've got a 4,000 capacity on Friday and your spending market, whether it's a Tenderpreneur, it's a C63, it's a Capello, it's a Kayla K, supporter, let them come early into bloom. That's why we sat down with Scorpion Kings over 2 months negotiating. When we did Makufe at the peak, 2016, 17, 18, 19, the budget will go up to 40 million. The ticket sales will go to 9 million. So if it's your own money, 30 million is gone. That's why you need the support of government, you need the support of sponsors. That's how the model is. You get into Rose Garden, it's empty, it's dry. You need to bring a tent, security, water, heating, sound, stage. Artists, the lineup only is 2 million rand just for one show. The stage is 2 million rand with the sound and the LED because you're promising the country global stage. They're asking themselves, what is this global stage? That maposa utswile and that is London akole that obakeng kola. It's millions of rands to put the teams on that green field. The stadium is expensive. The stadium is owned by the city. The city is the first beneficiary. 99 times than anyone else, not the hotel owner, not Marumo, not chiefs, not anyone else. And we need to fight for 180,000 rand for the stadium. So, Scorpion Kings will be on Friday, back to back with Women to Women. If all the roads are leading to Bloemfontein, KUFA sale. On Saturday, it's the biggest event. You've got Prince KB from Free State. You've got Alayen, Kaya, Semito, Teboho, DJ Finzo. Sharing a platform with Makaz International, Zonge, Ringo, Vusenova, Judith Supuma, Don Lack. It's a massive lineup. Artists are coming to the office every day. Please, lock 5,000. It's heartening when you're dealing with such socio-economic issues. But the leadership does not understand, does not recognize, does not see. They cannot comprehend this thing. On Sunday, we're closing with style with SABC television. Just the television is 350,000 to market the city, to showcase the support, the passion that the Siwelele supporter. Ntate Molemela, Ntate Mahatani, they have sacrificed their lives, their businesses, their families to build what we see today. Hence, Bontate Pule, banally this drive of we are not going to let this thing die. Infused the Bontate Chabani from Kaiser Chiefs side. So Marumo Gallant will be taking Kaiser Chiefs head on as the host team. 3 o'clock kickoff. I went to radio. I promised Mangaung United and Batukara, the general. That's extra 200,000 rand. We are giving 200,000 to the Siwelele fund. They've got a supporters fund on the 14th after the cup. To keep that passion activated, alive, to keep the spirit burning, the fire burning, and the spirit alive. So all what we are requesting is to work together, is to ensure that we are a united front. Black, white, green or gold, white or red, blue or purple. That is all what we are asking for, and we appreciate once more. And I'm very thankful that the minister is from Heidedal. At least the 10 years that he spent, developed, built a man who's God. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, from the bottom of my heart, I'm a walker, I'm not a talker. I'm a guy that keeps things and carries and keep a strong face. They call me Iron Man. So it's iron, like you said, it's steel. I thank you once more, and we want to keep the brand promise. We will execute seamlessly as from today. I thank you.
Wow, that was quite a mouthful, yeah? Quite a mouthful. I didn't hear him mixing words. I heard him loud and clear. And I think if there's going to be any difference, Honorable, you are the highest amongst us, you are the highest office. If there's going to be any difference, I think we need a bit of this gate and violence. Not as is in Parliament. There's one small, I was in Zimbabwe then, also I'm working with one municipality somewhere in the midst of nowhere, where he took the community there to go and clean up swimming pools that were clogged up and, which was what, Benford? Where was that? Or Karoo somewhere. Am I in South Africa here or I'm in Zimbabwe? And he literally just cut down the protocols and got things done. And I think sometimes these offices and parliaments and governments, they change you from human beings into these square buildings we are talking about. That it is very easy for you to leave the people over there while you are doing your government thing over there. And whoever you are trying to make happy, we don't know. How do I know that the government officials are criminals? It's when they have security guards to protect them from the people who elected them into power. Then I knew there was a problem right there. How can you be, it's like a pastor walking into a church. A whole pastor with bodyguards to protect himself from the people who are going to give him the tithe and offerings. I found that very interesting, Very interesting. Actually, on the contrary, we as the people, now we need security people to protect us from you. The members need the security to be protected from this pastor who is a criminal. And I think we need to start looking at the young people who are now leading politically and economically. It's no longer 1922 and 1956. The generation of the Gen Zs is here. Even you, pastor, the pastor who sang us the first song here, be careful. Some pastors are going to get beaten by their members in this generation. Because the whole era of, it's in the pipeline, we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. And such initiatives for me are showing you that the young people are getting impatient with bureaucracy, with corruption, with whatever cancer that has brought us here. It should not have been like this, but we're here anyway. And I'm an outsider. I'm allowed to say anything that I want to say, and you can do about it. I love myself, don't I? Well, thank you very much, Ntate, for that moving and beautiful, beautiful statement. We have our C for the culture, our U for the urban, then we have the F. Don't memorize the urban, yeah? I can see you smiling a little bit. Urban, then after urban, we have the F for the festival. Festival, the African must own their time. One more time. The African must own their time. Oh, if I had time, then I'll say, according to the Chinese, time is universal. According to the European, time is linear. According to the Westerner, time is cyclical. But according to the African, time is vertical. We are alive in the present, in the now. Therefore, our ancestors and our grandchildren are not in the future, but they are present. That's why when we go to the grave, we address them like they are here now. They are sleeping in the grave, but they still breathe in our veins. Hey, come on now. So the past has never left and the future has never come. No one has ever shaken hands with tomorrow or said goodbye to yesterday. Time is a continuous present tense. We live in the abundance of now. And since we live in the abundance of now, our connection to time is festivity. That's where you find the word spiritual. Ritual and spirit makes you spiritual. And for you to be spiritual, you need to have the access to time, to the rivers. And you don't just go there at any time. There are festivals and rituals, timetables of cosmic movement that will take you to these places of ancestral memory. And as such, when we have our cultural, urban festivals have to do with building the community symbiosis. We also was haunted. Building cultural symbiosis. This is where we eat together. In Shona, we say, all relationships are not full until we can play, we can eat together. And I think that speaks to the concept of we are one. We are one. We eat together, we play together. And these festivals. Amen. How many of you have been to Brazil? To the carnival in the Brazil. Come on, let me see your hands. Oh, yeah. How many of you have been to Jamaica? The carnivals in Jamaica. Some of them, you go to Congo, you've been to the Swazi rallies and bonfires. There's one they've started up in where, but Africans slowly are beginning to find each other. We can't be finding each other on Halloween nights or on Easter. Going to eat some blood of some fella and drinking some blood and eating his flesh. And everyone, the 7 words. And when it comes to our own selves, we loathe that, we despise that, we insult that. And there's no way you can insult yourself and love your children because they look exactly like you. He who hates their culture destroys the future of their children. Because life knows no vacuum. If you don't teach your children your culture, someone else will tell them who they are and what they ought to do. And next time they may just look at you and say, Dad, you don't understand. Don't be surprised. You were not there to tell them, young man, you have some furniture that hangs. Pull up the trousers. Gotcha. All right, let's take the next one before I fall into my space of excitement here. And I think Tate Museme, that was a beautiful presentation. Let's have the concerned citizens being led by Semi Liboho. Is that correct? Semi Liboho. Give us some music then. Welcome them nicely.
Thank you. Dumelang everyone. I would like to say thank you to Ntate Ben Museme for all these years that he's been supporting us as an organization of Mangaung Concerned Community. We came far, Ntate Ben, Ntate Ben. He's been assisting us ka development as a community by cleaning campaigns sarona, GBV initiatives sarona, freely so. He's been supporting us, and on our campaigns are cleaning, he's there, Lene. What you say, it's a Lene. And now, as we are celebrating this event, yeah, cultural, yeah, Cufa, it brings joy to us here in Bloemfontein, because here in Mangaung, because we've been stagnant. We salary MSTL, hosna any activities, no soccer, no nothing. So we want to say thank you to all the people that saw this initiative to come alive. And it's for economy, the community, employment that has been created. When he called us, he said, can I have volunteers from you so that I can create an employment? And we were so happy that Mr. Ben took about 50 of our volunteers. And it 50 households, but it means something. And Tate Museme, ke batla go modimo le badimo ba go Museme, my brother, ba go sireletse. Ka di 23 September, it was our new calendar as Africans. So now that it's October, now we are saying Happy New Year. There is a New Year, there is a festival, we are celebrating this. Ramashe, Tate Maponga, happy Akomkoman, Raolebo Khantate, with all your teachings and guidance. Thank you.
It's getting warmer now, and I must be looking more handsome by the day, yeah? Let's go a little more now, please. Bring a little more now, please. And I think we're going to take the few interesting items now. Some of them I'll ask them to double up so that we can move over to the other side. We have musical interlude from there. Then we'll do the KUFA Cup supporting words and etc. Is there a music interlude? Are you guys nearby? It's just reading the music. Okay, if they're not here, where are the other guys? Okay, you guys, while you're getting yourselves organized, let's move over to KUFA Cup. KUFA Cup influencer Papa. Papa Wawa. Can you put our hands together for Tate Papa Wawa?
Yes. Thank you. I happen to be short when I'm outside Gauteng. Program Director, thank you so much. Ntate Chairman Ben Musema. Kaizer Chiefs, I've seen the representative of Kaizer Chiefs here, and Marumo Gallants. It is never easy to speak after the whole minister, or rather the deputy minister, have spoken. I feel so honored. Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you, it is a fan with fans. The one and only, the people's chairman, Papa Wawa. As you know, I'm alive and kicking, bumping like a tennis ball, cruising nicely to the 13th of October at Toyota Stadium for the KUFA Cup. I'm going to be brief like a 2 minutes noodle, since I'm not going to be here to give a speech, rather to greet you. And Tate Ben, I heard you saying that Marumo Gallants, even if they can come 7, they must not worry. Kaizer Chiefs is going to do the Lord's work. Remember, Ujeso Ati, we must not play something which doesn't have sold out this season. So we are going to KUFA Cup, and in London, Yama sold out. Kaizer Chiefs will be here. Remember Kaizer Chiefs? It is that team which, when it sneezes, the whole country catches cold. So remember, invite your friends to invite their friends. to buy tickets. They are selling like hot fit cakes. And the prices are born again, baptized by fire and Holy Spirit. Let us go there. I think Marumo Gallants were our first victims, or rather the first victims of Kaizer Chiefs this season. And I think it is going to continue business as usual. Let us meet at, yes, let me warn you, because the likes I see Tebo Posana there and Tate Vinama Posa. These people have been wounded following the so-called injustice which happened on Saturday at FNB Stadium. They have developed what I can call the heart of a Chinese man. They hold grudges like Chinese people. Like Chinese men once said, you killed my father 100 years ago. Now it's payback time. Yeah! Kufa.
Wow, wow, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much, Ntate Papa Wawa. We shall be taking over Ntate Mabena Pule and Wallace Chabane. Can you come forward? I will do two, so that we can double up on our time. Can I have Mabena Pule and Wallace Chabane tell us also about the Supporters Club?
Dumelang bagaetsho. Let me take the opportunity to thank Ntate Bene for inviting us. Ntate Bene, se kutlwa motho wa Chiefs ya no ke o tswile. Ke tlo bua le ena no ke o tswile. Kutlwile one speaker are they want to give you wings. Ronarere, you already have wings. The people of Mangaung will be the wind beneath your wings, so that you shall fly higher. Ronabato Babolo, we are so happy that Ntate Bene have actually come. Let us do this cup, because you don't know the difference that is making in the lives of the people in the township. One family that sells a plate of food ka 50 randa, 12.5 ya bupi, feeding 5 people. You might have hawkers 20, but feeding melomo 100. And it takes, I don't want to say that and things, but it takes a man who thinks deeply about other people's lives and survival. You can't just take the money and risk. It's a gamble to say, I'm doing the festival. If you don't sell the ticket, it means you have lost. But if you sell the ticket and you succeed, it's not only you that your family will survive. It's other families that also will survive. So the MEC is also not here. I would say the MEC, these men have been doing Makufe for so long, and other companies came in to say, no, you can't give to these people and what. But I was to say, here is a measuring stick of who's supposed to be partnering with. The man with an idea, the man with the capital, putting his money here, his family money there. Then the government come on board to support this particular event. And we have already made a commitment as the supporters. You was in our general meeting. We have made a commitment to say, even when supporters of Chiefs comes with their vuvuzela, we will tell them, you are making a noise pollution. We've got the culture and the tradition here. Stop singing Hamba Nonos Yo Lala in Beting. We've got the culture and the tradition here, which is colorful, which is unique. That's why they can't even watch football for 90 minutes. Their concentration is of what Celtic supporters are doing. Yes, we might not fill up the stadium, but we are the influencers of other supporters. Just to come and see the beauty that we are doing at the stadium. Marumo Gallants, you know, there are 3 kinds of relationship. One, when they say in a relationship, call me before you come, you must know you are a part-time. And then when they say, I will tell you when to come, you must know that you are a temp. when they say, come anytime you want, now you know that we are a full-time. We've got a special relationship with Marumo, and they were confused of the center stage that was there at the time. It was a big stage for them. But they are now used to, that's why you saw them winning their first game when they play home. Now Kaizer Chiefs come with wounded wounds of Sundowns, a painful one. We are just going, we just bought a bucket of salt just to rub in there, because that was your first lose and many to come. We know you. You started like that and then you end up badly. So we are ready for you. And Tate Ben Museme, you are not going to be disappointed. The stadium will be full to rafters. Just have a stadium. You saw what happened with Marumo Gallants and Chiefs. Just have more security. And we are thankful that the security that will be working there is our supporters who will be working as security guards there, but with the relevant documentation that is required by SIRA. So we are so grateful, and we are saying, as Siwele Lesa Masele, we are a brand that we have created. And this brand will never die. We gave the Marumo Gallants our terms and conditions. We are in a position as supporters, without the team, to give the other professional team the terms of condition. Our term and condition is, as Celtic supporters, when we are here and we do not have the team, but we are still continue to be Celtic supporters, there's only one reason. We want to give the hope to our children, to say we want to play a professional football. But we cannot do that if we don't have professional football in our province. So we are saying to SAFA, while we are developing these young players, we know when they are in Gauteng, Cape Town, and everywhere in the province of South Africa, they will never get the first preference. The people in Gauteng, they will always give the youth of Gauteng the chance to develop them. But what will happen to our kids who are playing football here? They need to have a hope, and the hope will, us as Celtic supporters, to bring hope for them, is to have the professional football. Hence, Ndate Museme said to us, to you, he have committed to donate 200,000. We've got the trust fund as Celtic supporters. He have, actually, when he was talking, like you have said, my voice, my invoice. Before you talk in our meeting, as he was our guest, we have what we say, Vulamulum of 2,500 you pay before you talk to us as Celtic supporters. So it shows that we are a brand. We are not just an ordinary supporters. We are a brand, and we have created this brand, and this brand is known across the country. To know that when you go to Bloemfontein and you bring a soccer match there, the stadium will be full, whether it's an amateur, whether it's a professional, or whether it's a semi-professional. So it's the brand that we have created. We have created Protsani. It's one of our own. It's not yours. It's just a player. It's a borrowed time for you. So it's our player. When we bring in the professional football here, Protsani knows where he belongs. So, Ntatwak, you must come and take the lessons. Stop singing as you lale bedin. Stop making kids. You are a kid yourself. Thank you very much, my brother.
Dumela. Firstly, I'd like to thank Program Director, government officials, protocol observed, le batho ba ba teng ka. KUFA organizers, I'd like to say thanks for inviting a big brand like Kaizer Chiefs. Why I'm saying big brand, ibile re chinchilo leina gote re sold out FC. Because all the games re di tshamekileng season, friendlies, everything, they sold out. So ha se surprise e tla be diragala on Sunday. Re ntse re tlo go starta stadium so kana ba siela la portion ile khama ga dipale ko batla tsong dula teng ba re dinele. 100 tickets, 1,000 tickets over CLAO, then the rest take care of. go tlisa Kaizer Chiefs mo Bloemfontein e mena a lot mo go rona as supporters tsa Bloemfontein branch tsa Kaizer Chiefs, because most of the people, they don't afford to go to Joburg to see their players there. So how about the bona around mo Bloemfontein di tlile, so it's a blessing mo go bone ba itumela gore o bone motho mo tonna a bona potsane o tlwaetse go bona potsane tsa tshamekela Celtics ma gona mo heta hela, but ha tshamekela Chiefs it's a different potsane ya no ha mo tshwara ka letsogo walla. So o ka bona Kaizer Chiefs is a big brand. So I like to thank you go tlisa Kaizer Chiefs mo ke a leboga. Thank you.
Thank you. The next list, we are going to do your song at the end, Majens. Bacele kuba ngithi skijime. Can I ask for, where am I now? Morumo is done, is it? Selonduna, come closer. Vina Maposa, come closer. Can I have Selonduna and Vina Maposa back to back? Can I have the response also?
Thanks very much, the program director. Let me also acknowledge the presence of the two deputy ministers, as well as the MEC in absentia, and also acknowledge and thank Mr. Ben Moseme from C-Squared for inviting us to the KUFA Cup. And ladies and gentlemen, I think there's something that we need to correct, but I'll correct as I go on. And also to make the two deputy ministers present here today, that football in Mangaung, as well as in the province, is a way of life. Sports in Mangaung and the entire province is a way of life. That's what we depend on. And we want to take this opportunity and thank Mr. Ben Moseme for inviting Marumo Gallants here. I think that's the main reason why when Kaizer Chiefs came this side, they decided to bring our son, Tebo Hopotsane, for them to be accepted here. But ladies and gentlemen, remember, there's a saying, you are as good as your last game. And when you look at the two teams, how they played, we brought our 3 points against Amazulu this past weekend. And unfortunately, I'm not sure, but Vina will allude to that fact. And also, we can attest to that, maybe also to explain the reason behind Siwelele Samasele and Marumo Gallants. This is a marriage, and we came up with Siwelele Samarumo. Football is back in Mangaung, and football is back in the province, and that's why currently we are also looking at the possibility of making sure that even other towns around the province should also have the benefits of watching professional football. This is still in discussion, and we are obviously going to make that. And also just to correct my son sitting there, there's only one venue and only one province where Kaizer Chiefs cannot match the team from, and it's obviously the Free State. Maybe you can do that anywhere you play, be it in Durban, be it in Cape Town, but not in Bloemfontein. Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking this game as an important game for us. We've started, it's not a secret that we didn't start the season well. And one team that is responsible for us not to start the season well is Kaizer Chiefs. And this is a wonderful opportunity. It's part 2 now, coming over. We are calling all our supporters, football lovers in the province, around the country to come and fill up the stadium. But unfortunately, for some of those who are going to buy the tickets late, as soon as the tickets are open here, I can assure you they will only be bought by Bloemfontein Celtic supporters. Maybe Mr. Walasi Chabane, rest assured that we can guarantee you that stadium will be green and white by Siwelele Samasele as well as Siwelele Samarumo. But from Marumo Gallants Football Club, we are taking this game seriously because we have started now doing quite well. We want to give other players an opportunity, but for us, it is not just a friendly, but we obviously want to make sure that we build our winning momentum and also to take this part as, for us to revenge against what Kaizer Chiefs did to us. It's going to be a good game on the 13th, and we are going it for it. And thanks very much, and good luck to Kaizer Chiefs as well.
ka KUFA Cup. And re wa moruti yo ke sebetsa le ena mo ditirong tse ding tsa ka tsa sebui ha ke leka ho etsa tjhelete ke bua English. So mfana kithi, this is our adopted son ke Potsane. We've got many others deputy ministers that have played for Kaizer Chiefs from this Free State. Benjamin Reed, Rastaman, Matsa, Mbutu. The list is endless, and we are proud to be associated with KUFA Cup. Let me just briefly indicate that we are in a celebratory mood. Our chairman, Dr. Mutaung, is turning 80 on the 16th of October. So there won't be a better present to give him than to give him a trophy, KUFA. We have been here before, and just don't make a mistake. Even the price tag ticket will tell you the value of Kaizer Chiefs and who we are. Wherever other teams play, they pay 40 rands, but where we play, people pay more than 40 rands. So it tells you how much valuable the brand is. We play in front of 90,000 supporters, KFNB Stadium. You've seen last week 84,000. Kadi 3rd of February, you'll see 94,000. Oyako Debe, 2-3 weeks ago, you saw 40,000. Tonamu, you saw 42,000. So this is who we are. You know, our mistake. We are not an event. We are a process. We're not a fashion. Kaizer Chiefs is a lifestyle. It's not about football, fella. We're celebrating our 55th year, January 7. And we have been beaten before, and we dust off and we move. We've got about 92 trophies in our cabinet. Live, you can touch them, you know. And we have years. To us, we talk about the history that obviously doesn't have blank pages. If you've beaten us 2019 KUFA Cup, we will get you. We'll beat you 13. Waropa, KFNB Stadium, Kadi referee. We'll find you one day. Because we are a process, we are a legacy. Kaizer Chiefs is a legacy. It's not a once-off project, tender, mine or something. So we are in a good space. We've signed good players. You've seen them, 7 of them, very expensive. Some we pay in dollars. And we've signed a technical team, the coach, Nazrin Din Nabi, chef. We pay him also in dollars. We are healthy. We're looking good. We're coming, N1. The last time we were here, I don't know if the palo outside the traffic about for the stats. We had lots of Kumbis traveled overnight from Northwest, Durban, Cape Town, all over the country. Will be ascending here. We're bringing people from far and wide. We not only followed in South Africa, you will find people from Botswana, Swaziland, Lesotho, and all over. So we'll be coming in our gold and black as usual, as beautiful, as glamorous as we are. And we're looking forward to this one. We like them big, you know, and we like them as new. By the way, in terms of Africa, just so you know that as part of our strategy, that's why we brought Yanga here, Young Africans, as say. We are also galvanizing our supporters, not only in the country, also in Africa. We want to go back to Champions League. Hence, we've started beating and started with Marumo Gallants already. And Ratakabo Amazulu, Rapal Lagedi Pitori. And then we will continue. We will continue to build Kaizer Chiefs. We are resurrecting. What you're seeing now is excited. By the way, Deputy Ministers, these are because Kelonad event got it's a sharp, so that you realize how much impactful Kaizer Chiefs is. If you check the happiness index in South Africa in the past 2 weeks, remember when people are happy, little crime and stuff, people have been happy.
So this is what we are, this is what we bring to the community. We'll be in Bloemfontein, re tlo fihla ka di 12, re bapala ka di 13, rona ba ratang monate re tla fihla ka bo di 10, re build up Tate Ben o tla re bukela akere from bo di 10 jwalo le jwalo. But re tlo etsa monate re tlisa lethabo fela, re tlisa bolo. It's not only a friendly match to us. Rona batho ba poster score, ba re jele re dlala practice match. Ba se poster mo Facebook, ba re ba jele Chiefs 3-0, re ne re practice, re change di player, di kena di tswa ba poster, ona no nge number msela mo league. You don't do that, all right? Auje Kaizer Chiefs. Oja Kaizer Chiefs, ba botse di tlapa tse di tloristeng. Engwe ya tsona ke Celtic again. With those few words, let's meet Free State, Toyota Stadium. It's Toyota sponsors, and we're excited, obviously, to play in our home. We're excited to play Gallants, a very good team. They are doing well. They've started to win, and we are Kaizer Chiefs, and we love and peace, and we love you. Thank you, Ben. Bye-bye.
Oh, interesting, quite head-butting and with this, with that, with this, with that. You know. My definition of soccer is 2 million people who badly need exercise, watching 22 men who badly need rest. But having said that, I hope we can all exercise. I'm actually closing, madam. 1 minute. I will not hold you further. Thank you very much all for coming in. After my speech, this is the last thing I'm going to be saying. We'll get a song as we all mix and mingle. But many acknowledgements and gratitudes go to our honorable government officials and ministers, deputy ministers for honoring us, and in absentia also, for Elder Maseme Chairman, for inviting us, the soccer teams and various fraternities. We also want to acknowledge the sponsors, in particular, DSAC. Put your hands together for them. Red Bull, can we have some wings? Put your hands together for them also. Diageo, what is it? Diageo, put your hands together for Diageo. Coca-Cola, put your hands together for them. Avis, put your hands together. SABC, put your hands together. Radio 2000. Oh, that too so okay. Lisedi FM. And put your hands together also for my wonderful summary. Come. SAB, okay. SABC is here. SAB are here more. But SAB, put your hands together for SAB. And I want to say thank you also. I'll leave the rest to my co-host here. And after you're done, please invite the group to come and give us the closing item. I thank you.
Now sa tsebeng sekgowa ke a leboa for lebile mo ba setse ba tlo tsamaya ka mo re gone o tlo ba release ne re kopa hore re after mo re a network re kopaneng ka tsatsi le re kopanang ka lona and re feditse. That's it. So a tsebe le batla ba bine then after mo be re tswa kere cause ala ka tswa ba bina ba tlo filang ka re ala ba bona re kopa le tle mohlomong tender e ka tswa ke le bona kopa re skanda rasa re ba feng di tsebe then after mo e chaile ha ba qeta fela o bina la itswela
Tiambu
Ralabo Arian Roja if DTND.
you.